Hello everybody, welcome to my first video. Wow, it's great to have you all here. Now, before we begin, I just want to apologize for the very, very low quality. You see, I have a bet going on with a couple of my friends, and the bet is that, if I don't release a video in a month, I owe them $10, something like that. And the thing is that I have been putting it off. This video should have been out a week ago, but I've been procrastinating on it. And so I'm just shitting it out now. I'm not going to overthink it, just so I don't owe anybody any money, because, I'm a bum and I don't have any money, so you know how it is. Anyway, with that out of the way, I'd like to welcome you to my guide to the discography of Vanilla Ice, because I've had a tradition since 2019 where on May 13th I celebrate Vanilla Ice Day. I have my own holiday for him because he's a very talented musician, and he's very underrated. It's not just Ice Ice Baby. He's got an entire discography of really great albums, wonderful songs. Some of them actually have quite a lot of substance. It's not just all pop. And so to celebrate this late Vanilla Ice Day, I thought I would take you guys through his entire discography. Come with me. So first up, we have the classic, the first, some might even say the magnum opus. This album, To the Extreme, released in 1990. This album's really, it's incredible. It's pure 90s. It's just pure distilled 90s. You got lots of funky lyrics, you got lots of ronies, you got lots of schlinging, you got lots of schlonging.
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to, Schling a Schlong. What?
There's a lot of great stuff on here. Obviously, you have Ice Ice Baby, you have To the Extreme, you have Hooked, which is really ahead of its time. It's about a simp. And considering the fact that this was released almost over 20 years before the simp phenomenon, it's really quite impressive how ahead of its time it is, You have the Havaroni song, and that's always a good one. Probably the worst track on this album is the Yo Vanilla song. It's just it's just a looped thing. It's like a Yo Vanilla hit it one time boy, and it's just like looped or whatever. Very lame. Filler deluxe. Let's see what else here. I have notes up here because I'm too lazy. I'm not going to memorize all this shit. Fuck that. Let's see. Oh yes. Play That Funky Music is honestly better than the original, I would say. Way more catchy, way more energy. Rasta Man, throughout his career, Vanilla has always had Rasta music. It's never good. It's never good. I don't like it at all. So Rasta Man's just bad. I Love You is amazing. I Love You is shockingly a love song, and the lyrics are just beautiful. They're something else, All in all, I give this album a 5 out of 5. It's perfect, just so long as you know what it is, It's not Mozart or anything, but for what it is, it really is perfect. And it's got the same vibes as the Joel Schumacher films, and I think you should treat it the same way as the Joel Schumacher films. Don't take it seriously. Don't expect anything mind-blowing. Just go into it expecting a good, cheesy, fun time, and you'll really have a great time. Yeah. And so that is the first album. So next up we have probably many of you don't even know this, but Vanilla Ice has a movie called Cool as Ice. The riff tracks is available on Amazon Prime for free. It's really good. I suggest you all check it out. So they have. So naturally, the movie has a soundtrack that they sold. Cool as Ice, by the way, is atrocious on many fundamental levels. But what's wild is that the soundtrack charted at 89 on the Billboard 200, which is that's mind-boggling because the soundtrack really is it's not great at all. As a matter of fact, it has Vanilla Ice's worst song from his early period. Uh, it's wild. It's so many of the songs are just mid. You know, it's by pop stars that you've never heard of, and the People's Choice is the name of the worst song. By the way, it comes from a scene in the movie where he's at this bar and he starts freestyling. He's not really freestyling, but and it's just memorable, shall we say?
Yep, yep. Drop it. Oh yeah. I'm gonna drop some funky lyrics.
Drop That Zero. It's probably the best track on here. Get With It is a classic, and Cool as Ice is also good as well. Those two songs were featured on one of his compilation albums, The Best of Vanilla Ice, which is the album that I grew up with, and that really introduced me to Vanilla Ice. And that's it. This album's really nothing to. It's like a three out of five. It's okay. Alright, so next up we have Mind Blowin', which was released in 1994. Oh, and the Cool as Ice soundtrack was released in 91. So, imagine if Season 1 Jesse Pinkman made a rap album. That is this album. It's great. I love it. Not a lot of people know about it, but first we gotta address something here. So, Vanilla was trying to change his brand, and he was trying to be taken more seriously, I believe. He made one gargantuan mistake, though, in that he had dreads in this period, blonde dreads, and it's a travesty.
In 1994, Ice took a chance on music again and began work on a new album called Mind Blowin'. It was a severe departure from his teeny bopper days. Ice was decked out in grunge clothes and dreadlocks. His music was dark and sinister, and riddled with references to violence and drugs.
The direction I want to stay with this album is, true to hip-hop, because that's what the music is, and that's what I'm into. And I realize that it's a culture, and that I realize that I'm a white guy doing it, but it still comes from my heart. This is me, and this is no image made up or anything. I want to give people me whether they like it or not.
It's just bad. It's really bad. But if you can get past that and how try-hard edgy he was kind of being, it's pretty good. It's fun. It's cheesy. But it's great. And it's a different kind of cheesy from To the Extreme. But it's still great. It's still great fun. Roll 'em Up. It's probably the best track on here. There are a lot of good stuff on here. You got like 25 tracks. Most of it's really good. I give this album a 5 out of 5. You guys should go check it out, Okay, so next up we have my favorite Vanilla Ice album, Hard to Swallow, which was released in 1998. Now, Hard to Swallow takes a really, really big change in Vanilla Ice's style. Here, he's doing nu metal. And dude, I swear to God, it's the best nu metal I've ever heard. It's really good. It's super underrated. It wasn't panned by the critics, but everybody just said it was okay. It's wrong. It's just flat out wrong, bro. Even the album cover is amazing. All of the tracks are amazing, with the exception of Freestyle and Stomping Through the Bayou, which I find to be kind of boring. It's very edgy, but it's edgy in a way where where Vanilla is expressing deeply personal parts of his life that he struggled through. This album was supposed to be, I think it was very cathartic for Vanilla. I think he was expressing a lot of shit, getting a lot of shit off his chest. A lot of these songs are about drug abuse, shit like that. And it shows a very different side of Vanilla Ice. It's aggressive, it's hard, his vocals are on point, the lyrics are good, the instrumentals are amazing, and it's just a perfect album. I give this a 5 out of 5, and everybody and their mother should listen to it. So next up, we have Bipolar, which was released in 2001. So, I like the concept of this album, because basically it's two albums in one. So the first half is nu metal, the second half is hip hop. I love that concept. That's what Judas Priest wanted to do with their Turbo album. Originally they wanted to call it Twin Turbo and have one half of it be kind of glam pop metal and the other half be more thrash heavy metal. The studios wouldn't let them do it, but Vanilla Ice managed to do it, and I love this. I love that idea. I wish more musicians would be allowed to do that. You know, with that said, though, I don't like this album, man. The so the nu metal part is like his vocals are too screamy for my taste. It just doesn't captivate me. And then the hip hop side is just very cringy and it's very kind of dated. And it's just the whole album is mid. There's nothing exceptional about this album really, and it's just it's like lukewarm coffee, you know. It's just like I mean, it's there. It was a little. I don't want to say painful. It was almost painful to get through though. And the hip hop and this is cheesy, but it's almost like in a less self-aware way that Mind Blown or To the Extreme is. It's like a different kind. It takes itself very seriously, even more seriously than Mind Blown or To the Extreme. Because I mean, I realize that Vanilla Ice wasn't the most self-aware person back in those days. But yeah, I mean, you can listen to this if you want. I really, you're not missing anything. This is like a 2 out of 5. It's not dog shit, but it's not good. Or even, it's okay, Anyway, moving on. Okay, so next up we have Platinum Underground, which was released in 2005. This is his worst album ever. This was really painful to get through. I hate this album. He's got remakes of Ninja Rap and Ice Ice Baby on here, and it's just like, bruh, it's 2005. You gotta like move on. Let's get some more creativity going on here, I mean, and it's just forgettable and cringy. It's just the flaws of Bipolar times 5, and it's straight up. It's just don't listen to this. This is 1 out of 5. Right, and so we got his last album to date here, WTF, which was released in 2011. WTF, Wisdom, Tenacity, and Focus, by the way. The album cover on here is awful. The name is awful, and I was really bracing my anus for a really painful experience. And you know what? It's really not that bad. It's actually one of his better works in like a long time. You got reggae in here. You got rap. You have country rap. The ICP makes an appearance on here, which is kind of cool. He does have a remake from his first album, Hooked, one of my favorite songs, and it's a country. It's done with like an acoustic guitar and shit, and it fits. It fits really, really well. It's really good. This is really this is like top 3 of his best works, really. And so I give this album a 4 out of 5. Again, this isn't, you can't find it on YouTube. It's on Spotify though. I recommend you go check it out. It's good shit. Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for suffering through a very janky video. Again, it was very rushed. I had to get it out before May ended, and I just had to bite the bullet and put out that first video. Just wanted to say thank you guys, and I will see you again soon. Expect much more higher quality videos very soon. See ya.